What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Heroclix video. We are in the Eternals review phase of the unboxing. Keep in mind that when I go over these figures that I think are viable or playable, I'm thinking of either Modern 300 or Bronze Age 300, Limited 300. And this is going to be in a competitive level. So, you know, obviously all these can be probably played at any format, any kind of fun games you want, but we're only looking strictly at the higher level competitive play. So without further ado, I think there are 5 figures that are at least you can look at to at least try out and see how it goes. Because nowadays with how the design is going, lower points and more efficient dials are all the craze. So a lot of these figures that are 75 points to 100 are just not going to cut it unless they just have some amazing abilities, which some of them do. But when you compare it to something like Sky Tyrant or like any of those, the Shifting Focus Wonder Woman or any of the Doom chases, those things are just really good for those 75 points. Some of the Eternals at 75 might, but I just don't think it is. I could be wrong. So we're gonna look at these other ones. All of these are all going to be in the 50 point line, and there's one here that's going to be 100 or 35. So the first one we're going to go over is Cersei, number 001. This is obviously the common version. She has Eternal Deity Mystical Past, 50 points like I said. She has Legend of the Past trait. I think all of them have Legend of the Past trait except for one, and they all have this. When an opposing character would move adjacent, you may roll a d6. 5 or 6, that character can't move into squares adjacent to Cersei this turn, which is basically a hyper time team ability if you're familiar in the DC side. So now we have it in Marvel. It's just now it's a trait, and she has Ensnare as a attack power, free. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. Until your next turn, whenever that character is adjacent to blocking terrain within Cersei's range, it gains immobile. That's pretty good. And to note, she does have barrier. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. She's 5 clicks deep, barrier, and the damage power is perplex, but only to target opposing characters. When she does, the target can use Earthbound Neutralize into your next turn. So between the perplex, the barrier, and that power, she can make them immobile and give them Earthbound Neutralize. So that's a lot of like little control-y effects. Her range is 6, so if you can pump her range to 9, let's say 8, or maybe she can ignore characters. If she can barrier at the perfect points, she can really stop, let's say, a Sky Tyrant. Because gaining immobile is that's amazing, right? They can't do anything. They would have to break the barrier. So that's one action that they have to use to break. So that's one less action for them to do anything to you. So if you have, let's say, Doom or Spider-Man 1776 that limits their actions, you know, they only have 2 left. And she is a past, so she can fit on Doom teams if you really, or Latveria teams if you really want to try it out. But she also has Mystical. And she has Outwit on the back end with regen. The attack is 10 and then 11 on the back with sidestep, stealth. Overall, just like a support piece, because it is a perplex, but although it's only on opposing guys, at least it's perplex. So that's the first figure that I think maybe you'd consider playing. Okay. Now the next one is Ajax, which is the common here. This is going to be a little bit more tuned for the Unimind teams in Bronze, because if you want to try to play an Eternal theme or add somebody that can help out with Mastermind, Ajax is your girl here. She has the Legend of the Past trait, like I said. She's Eternal Deity Past Ruler. And then she has her defensive power, We Must Protect Them, Defend, Invulnerability, Willpower. Friendly characters with the Eternal keyword can use Mastermind, but only to choose Ajax. She has 5 clicks again, high defense 18. So with that Defend, Willpower, Invuln, it's pretty strong. She has support, she has Perplex on the back and regen. This is like your basic ultimate support, literal power support team piece on your team, because if you're going to be playing Unimind, he needs Mastermind. So if she's on the board next to him, she can defend with the 18 and she can soak up the damage. With Invuln and with regen on the back, she can just soak up the damage and heal back up. And then if Unimind gets hit, she can also support Unimind. So it's only 50 points. Might be a little bit on the higher side because you want that secondary attacker. But if you're looking for Mastermind for Unimind, she's good. And also, you know, if you are going to be trying some Eternals in Bronze or Modern, she's just going to give them Mastermind, period. That's perfect. So like someone like in Bronze, you could play like Thanosi or any of the Thanos. Star Fox Chase. Oh, that's a really good one too. So she should be something that might be viable in Bronze more so than in Modern. Okay, the next one here I have is Makari, the Eternal Speedster here. It's Eternal Deity Past Speedster, and she has a Legend of the Past trait, ignores characters on movement, and she has Charge, Flurry, Sidestep. When Makari hits, immediately after the attack resolves, you may move up to 3 squares after each attack while using Flurry. Again, you can see it's 5 clicks. I know it's kind of hard to see there, but you know, you're going to see it up on the screen here, the dial. She is kind of like a Flash because she can charge Flurry, but she can attack twice with her charge, but she can move before she attacks, which is good. She's an 11, 17, 3. She goes to Perplex all the way through afterwards, and she gets Precision Strike and actual Hyper reflex as well. So this is a solid close combat piece. She flies, so she can actually charge, carry someone, then come in. What's interesting to note is when she flurries, if she hits twice, after the second time she hits, she can also move 3 squares away after she hits. So she can actually go charge, hit somebody, move 3 squares, hit another person, and after that move 3 more squares away. So she can just kind of zip through, which is kind of cool because, you know, you watch the movie, it's kind of what she does. So I think this is another piece that's at least you can look at to play if you're going to look at some fast speedster, close combat type of characters. And the next one is Kingo. You heard me talking about this in the unboxing, but this is the common 008. It's Eternal Deity Martial Artist Past. It has a Legend of the Past trait, and the Discipline of the Blade is the trait. Another trait. Blades, Claws, Fangs. Free. Roll a d6 and place it on Kingo's card, replacing any there. When Kingo rolls for a close attack for Blades, you may remove this die from this card to replace a die in that roll. He can. It's okay. Let me read that one more time. Sorry. When Kingo rolls for a close attack or Blades, Claws, Fangs, you may remove the die to replace a die in that roll. So he has double use with that die, d6. He can use it on Blades or he can use it on an attack roll. So it's a die replacement, but in addition to just the attack roll for his only, you can do it for his Blades, which is really good because he has charge with a high movement of 10, 18 reflexes, which is good, and he has exploit. So with Blades, if you're showing a 4 or 5, oh man, or God forbid 6, you know that when he's coming in for that Blades, as long as you hit, it's a 6 penetrating. That's pretty good for a 50-point piece, right? 5 clicks again. He has Close Combat Expert and Super Senses on the back end, Precision Strike and Sidestep middle. So this piece could be very, very devastating if you can get that good roll. And what I wanted to say too, on turn 1, you can just roll a d6, and if it's like a 1 or 2, on turn 2, before you go do your thing, you can roll again because it's free. And if it's higher, then now you replace it with that. So you get 2 chances at getting a higher roll, which is basically a 4, 5, or 6. Or in this case, his damage is only 2, so 3 would be good. All right, and then the last one, I think this one has some pretty good uses at both point values. It's Sprite, the rare, number 21. She has Eternal Celebrity Cosmic, and the trait is the only one that's different here. It's gods hidden among mortals. Until Sprite makes an attack, takes damage, or is the last character on your force, she can't be targeted by non-adjacent opposing characters. It kind of gives you kind of like a mini, I guess, Beta Ray Bill, because they have to damage her by attacking her, getting inside, or using poison or whatever. But they're gonna have to charge, right? And they can't be targeted by non-adjacent opposing, so Giant Reach won't work either. So they'd actually have to come inside and hit close. Maybe use poison or whatever, shredders if you're playing bronze. But she has 2-point values, 130, 100, and then 35 points, and she's power cosmic energy, which is, you know, even better. And let's look at the trait at 100 points only. Sprite's combat values can't be replaced or positively modified. Power. Give Sprite a youth token, then turn her to click X, where X is the number of youth tokens. That's actually really good for a 6-click dial for 100 points, because if she gets hit for 5 and you don't have a youth token, you can just power action, put a youth token, and then she goes back to click 1. And then they're going to hit her again. But then the next time you do it, you go to click 2. And then, you know, 3, 4, whatever. So she actually will have quite a bit of longevity. And the stats here, it's kind of cool because it's all 11 movement and it's all 11 attack, because she's, you know, 11 forever. So the attack values, movements, really good. Sidestep, phase, and then precision strike, TK in the beginning. So she's good for support as well. And then the damage power is, reality is my favorite toy, outwit, probability, control, shape change. All right, that's already, I'm already sold. At 100 points, I think that's good. At 35, she's just really amazing now, because at 35 points, you know, she's only 2 clicks, but you're gonna have that gods hidden among mortals trait, which, you know, they won't be able to target her. And then you're gonna have probability, control, outwit, shape change, and she has super senses. So you're gonna have all these rollouts. But if you do play her at 100, it's gonna be even harder to kill her. So and she has sidestep too. That's very important. I think, oh no, I'm sorry, at the 35 point line, it's gonna be phase into sidestep. 8 range too, not bad. So if you're gonna be playing, let's say, Unimind for bronze, Sprite is a great character to choose, because Sprite has outwit, probability control, shape change, and then just the powers is sidestep, TK, super senses. So that's like any of those powers Unimind can use, and he needs all of them. So all of it's in one character. So I think in regular modern, just definitely could be playable because of the cosmic keyword. 35 points for all that, you know, outwit, prob. It's outwit, prob, shape change, super senses, precision strike with an 8 range. So, all right, so I think those are the 5 that I think are at least playable. I don't know how good they'll be, but I think these are the 5 you would look at to try to make teams in both bronze or modern. And then, you know, let me see what you guys think. If I missed anything, I don't think that either of the chases are worth really playing, because they're too many points and they kind of die too easily to Sky Tyrant. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. Give you a little insight on maybe what I think is, you know, what could be good. And, you know, get cracking. Test out the figures. Test out how they play in the format and see how they perform. Maybe I missed something. Let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. That's it. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, only bad players blame the dice.